Thanks. Once upon no time, there was a little soul who said to God, I know who I am. I know who I am. I know who I am. And God said, you do? Who are you? And the little soul said, I'm the light. I'm the light. I'm the light. And God said, yes, you are. You are the light. And the little soul was so happy and so content. And then he went on about his little business for a while. And then something happened. He started having feelings and thinking. And he said, it's not just enough to be the light. I want to know how to be the light. I want to know who I am. So the little soul went back to God. And the little soul said to God, I want to be the light. It's not enough to know that I am the light, but I want to be the light. And God said, you want to be who you already are? And the little soul said, I want to know what it is to be the light. And God said, I don't know how we can do that because I've only made you perfect. You are the light. There is only light. There is nothing outside of you. And the little soul was sad. It was, I want to be the light. I want to experience, I want to know what it feels like to be the light. And then the little soul said, well, God, can't you do something? Can't you fix it? And God said, I have an idea. So, but at this time, rumors were going out, the word was going out throughout the kingdom that the little soul was having this amazing talk with God. And so there were all kinds of souls gathered around to hear this talk with God. And someone volunteered and said, I'll be the darkness for you so that you can know who you are. And the little soul said, well, why would you do that? Why would you be the darkness? You have this such amazing bright light. You shine real bright. I can hardly even see you, but why would you go and do that? And the little soul, the other soul, who was a friendly soul, said, because I love you. And the little soul was so excited and so happy that I get to be the light, I get to be the light, I get to be the light. Then the other friendly soul said, but I have a favor to ask you. And he said, sure, I'll do anything for you. You're being so kind and so wonderful, helping me to be the light, helping me to be who I want to be, helping me to experience all this. What can I do for you? And the other soul said, I want you to remember who I am. And the little soul said, well, why would I forget you? Why would I forget who you are? And the friendly soul said, I'm going to have to do some terrible things to you. I'm going to have to smite you. I'm going to have to strike you. I'm going to have to do things in order for you to be able to experience who you are. And the other soul, the little soul said, okay, I will always remember you. I will never forget you. I will never forget this amazing thing that you've done for me, that you're going to do for me. Now, in the meantime, they've been talking, and the story, it comes out that they have been the light and the darkness for each other throughout their entire lifetimes. One is being the victim, one has been the perpetrator, one has been the dark, one has been the light, etc. And they go through this back and forth throughout so that they can learn. And so they go off into the lifetime to become the light and the dark for each other. Today, what I wanted to talk to you about, 3 things. Expression, experience, and acceptance. These ideas, these things are what we need for cracking the love code. The expression, we are here to express who we really are, whether we are the light, whether we are kindness, compassion, helpful, sharing, whatever it is, we are here to express that. We are here to rediscover who we really are. And also to know that we're special. Now, the special doesn't mean that we're better than anybody else or somebody else is better than us. The special means that we are unique in who we are, in whatever gift that we have to bring, whatever talents we have, whatever it is, we are special in that sense. And it's okay. We have permission to be special. It's okay to be special, and it's okay to show other people that we're special. As a matter of fact, Ernest Holmes says, paraphrasing, that the special is how much of spirit we are willing to allow to be expressed through us. That is us being special. We've all known some special people. We can see by their aura, by their light, by the things that draws us to them. Some examples you might know: Dalai Lama, Mother Teresa, Maya Angelou, Nelson Mandela, Jesus, Gandhi, and some everyday ordinary people that you see and you have contact with, that they just have this, they exude this energy that just draws you in. The thing about being special is not limited to just one aspect. We can be special in a whole bunch of ways, or as much as we choose, or as little as we choose to be special. I have a friend who wants to love like Jesus, and I shook my head saying, you don't know what you're asking for. Because soon after that, all these things started happening to her, and broken people kept coming into her life, and she was having to talk to them and minister to them and aid and do all kinds of things, and then they would turn on her or whatever, and she goes, I don't understand. Am I wearing a sign on my forehead that says sucker or something? And I said, no, but it's what you asked for. You wanted to love like Jesus. Well, Jesus loved everybody, all of the broken, and he healed them, and as much as they would allow him to heal them, he tried to heal them and bring the light to their lives and various things. And that's what we have done. We have chosen to come here and express that specialness. It's great that we know who we are, but it's not enough. We want to experience it as well. Now, spiritually speaking, we already know everything is perfect. Imperfections do not exist in spirit. God looked out into creation and said, it is good, it is whole, it is complete, it is perfect. In Science of Mind, we say that God wanted to experience itself. Holmes described it as, we will always expand and enlarge our capacity to know and to experience. In other traditions, like in Christianity, they say that the Word became flesh and lived among us. The experience is wonderful. It's good. It's a great thing. Even when it's at its darkest, even when we're at our wits' end, sometimes even hopeless, the experience still is a valuable thing. Since only love, light, and perfection exist, We need the contrast to be able to understand. The opposite is needed so the difference can be discerned and experienced. So we have to learn acceptance. I like to say opposites really do attract, because in that we get to learn about ourselves. Some painful things sometimes, some nice things too sometimes, but my experience has mostly been painful things. Some souls have come here and volunteered to be the darkness, the evil, the hate, the murderer, the rapist, the terrorist. They have volunteered to do these terrible, horrible things. They have demonstrated how much they loved us by volunteering to be the darkness, so we can have something to compare against the good. So the world, we need the dictators. We need the Hitlers. We need the Idi Amins. We need the Mussolinis, the Gaddafis, so that we can appreciate the gift of democracy. We need the experience of inner conflict and turmoil so we can value peace and harmony. Or in some cases, just appreciate peace and harmony more. We need to experience the loss of identity so we can appreciate the beauty of knowing who we really are. We need the miserable experiences so we can launch the rockets of our desires, like Esther Hicks says. We need sickness to experience the gift of health and wellness. We need times of famine so we can appreciate the blessings of the feast. We need death so we can know the life more abundantly. The Bible says God created the devil for us to be able to experience what that means. I remember having a conversation with my dad when I was 16 and saying to him, there is no God, because if there was a God, God wouldn't allow war, God wouldn't allow illness, God wouldn't allow crimes and sickness and death. I tell you, back at 16, I was full of myself. I knew I had all of the answers. And my dad was ever so patient with me, and he didn't, how dare him. Now, if I had gone to my mom and said something like that, it'd be a psh, psh, how dare you be disrespectful. But my dad was patient, and he talked to me, and he said, there is a creative intelligence to the universe. That was the first time I had ever heard creative intelligence. And even when I hear it now, it takes me back to that moment. But he said, there is a creative intelligence to the universe, and all that takes place maintains its order and did not happen by accident. He said something, a force, an intelligence maintains the order of creation. That wisdom nugget that my father planted in my mind helped me to begin my journey. Okay, for 3 more years, I was definitely a stubborn child. For 3 more years, I held on to that atheistic belief, but my heart really wasn't in it. Then I slowly transitioned to agnosticism. Well, maybe God does exist, blah, blah, blah. And then I slowly transitioned even more to religion. Oh, okay. And now I'm here, spirituality in new thought. And I appreciate being right here, because way back then I was clueless. And I may have a few more clues now, but back then I was completely clueless about how the world worked, how things worked, what was actually really going on. But if I didn't have those experiences, I could not appreciate what I have right here, right now. Holmes says you have to be convinced in your mind that everything works to your good. And I'm convinced of that now. There was a point I believed that everything was evil, or things were evil, or there was sick, or all these things had to take place, and I couldn't understand why. Now I understand a little bit better, because I have that information now that I can make whatever decision it is that I'm going to make. And I have to accept this basic fact about living here on the physical plane. Everything here serves a purpose. It is supposed to be here. It is supposed to be the way that it is. And it's necessary in order to make an informed decision. It's necessary in order for me to make the choices about the next phase of my journey. It's necessary that I encounter certain people for whatever reasons. Next slide. So, the thing that I'm going to have to do is to remember that when I encounter somebody else. I'm going to have to look at them and remember this. This represents God. This is God's light. As a soul, as each one of us has incarnated here, born here, God shared its light with us. Now, some people, when we come, you're going to recognize and see their light. They're the easy ones that you can recognize and see and know that they're light. Their light is good, strong. Some people have to tone down their light, but you can still see that their light exists. It's toned down some, but they're the ones that we classify as the good and moral people, the ones that are decent, honest folks. Then you have the ones that, okay, the light is still there, but it's getting harder and harder to see the light. But it's still there. Every once in a while you're going to catch some glimpses of good. And sometimes you're going to experience a lot of the bad. Right here. This represents the evil people that we characterize as evil people. You can't see their light because it's so dense. The energy is so dense. But you want to know something? The real truth? The real truth is, even though we can't see the light with our own eyes, our perceptions tell us that their light exists, whether we can see it or not, whether they have forgotten it or not, whether we have forgotten it or not, that light still exists with them, inside of them. Now, these are our Jesuses. These are our Mother Teresas, of the Pakistani girl that was shot in the head, for standing up for. These are the easy lights that we can recognize and see. This one serves a purpose too. And they have a light too, but they have dimmed their light because they love the world, loved humanity enough to say, I will come and be the darkness for you. But we have to remember to see the light in them. Now, I have to tell you, for me, sometimes it's a struggle. When we're going through that and they're horrible, I have to tell myself consciously, the light is there. I know it's there. Even if I can't see it right now, I know that light is there. I trust and believe that that light is there. So, next slide. So what is the secret to the love code? How do we crack the love code? It's very simple. Remember who we are. When we remember who we are, we will remember who they are, who you are, who the other person is. That's the secret to the love code, remembering who we are, remembering who they are. Remember that everyone is the light of love. Remember that in other times you have played the darkness, you have played the dictator, you have played the villain, you have played the lowlife, the whatever. Remember that when you see the darkness and appreciate the gift that the soul has given to the world. Remember that some souls are here to be the light and some are here to be the darkness, so that you can see the light. Remember, all of this is for our good, to provide us information and help us to choose. Remember that in order to be forgiving, you first need something to forgive. Remember, in order to love, you first need something to love. Remember, we need the down so we can know the up. We need the winter so we can appreciate the spring. We need the past in order to appreciate the present. I am thankful and grateful for those miserable experiences because they helped me to be the person that I am today. So let's take a moment and close our eyes and let's do a little treatment. Take a deep breath, center yourself. Take another deep breath. There is one power, one presence, one love. Oh my, that one power, one presence, and one love is spirit. Spirit is all there is. Nothing exists beyond spirit. We are divine expressions of God. We are divine expressions of love. I affirm right here, right now, that love is everywhere. There is no place that love is not. Love is in the air that we breathe. Love is in the water that we drink. Love is in the food that we eat. Love is in each soul. Love is infinite expression. Love is in the tiniest microbe to the largest animal. Love is in the highest mountain peaks to the lowest valley, to the bottom of the ocean. Love is in the tiniest grain of sand and encompasses infinity. Love builds us up. Love guides our footsteps. Love motivates. Love is the North Star, the guiding light, the compass of our lives. Love is that breathless mountain peak moment. We have been to the mountaintop of love, and it is a glorious experience and moment to behold. All is love. Even when we cannot see, we know and believe love is there. That is a comforting thought. Love goes before us. Love goes behind us. Love surrounds us, and love resides in us. Love is always there. With a grateful and joyous heart, I release this prayer to Spirit, knowing it is now so. We are living expressions of love, and so it is.